So oftentimes you get a lot of people that are trying to, get you to do something, whether it is business or somebody trying to have you on board with, something, maybe a product or an idea or whatever the case might be. And I see that a lot of people try so hard to get you to be on board or to get you to agree to something. I am the kind of person that really do not need any roundabout way of being convinced. I do not need any tactics or any convincing sugar-coated ways to get me to agree to something. I tend to be very straightforward when it comes to the information I want to hear. I don't want to have a lot of things to really reason about. Just being straightforward and being honest, it really helps me as a person. And one thing I do believe is that if you go to a business or if you go to your favorite store and the people there don't treat you right, you may like the product, but because of the treatment that you get, you may not necessarily go back. You probably can find another location that has the same product or similar, right? So my whole point is that a lot of times people try to put business before people. They put their business over people. They really are a lot focused on trying to get the point across or trying to get their business across, disregarding the person's interest or the value it has for the person. You cannot prescribe medicine for somebody that's not sick. You cannot suggest something for somebody that may not necessarily need it. I think it's great to offer something that's great, but if the person don't find value in that particular thing, I don't think it's a great idea to push it, to try so hard to get a person to be on board. I believe that people buy into your value, the core value behind the action. They don't buy into the product. People buy into you, but not the product that you're trying to sell. If you go to your restaurant, you go there for the experience. You go there to be treated right. You go there to be treated as important because you're spending your money to get a service back, which we all do expect to be treated really good so that you can go back to have that same great experience. I believe that we should attach our values, our core values and standards to whatever we do, because people are always going to buy into you, but not your product. Your product may be great or whatever, but if you have a negative or bad attitude towards selling your product or trying to communicate your product or idea, people may not necessarily fall for it. People buy into you because you are the one that is behind the idea or the business. Make sure that you're putting people first, making sure you have the proper core values standard towards whatever you're doing. I think it is important for us to really identify our core values and standards and really make sure that whatever we do, we're not limiting our standard, but we're attaching our core value, making sure that we value other people's values too. Because it is important. When we try so hard or focus on selling the product and disregarding the value we bring to the person, it is not going to be successful. People look at our core value and what we're bringing outside of the business or product that we're trying to sell. Make sure that you have the right approach and right attitude towards anything or any idea that you're trying to get out there.